So another bombshell story from Major League Baseball on Tuesday as we roll it into Wednesday, and a big story from the National Football League. A surprising one at that. I'm Matt Levine, welcoming you to the 954sports.com YouTube channel. Thanks for checking it out. Lots of videos. Go ahead and enjoy. Please hit like, subscribe. I do appreciate that. Let's start with the National Football League. And Luke Kuechly, 28 years young. After 8 great seasons in the NFL, top pick for the Panthers back in 2012 in the first round. I think he was 9th overall from Boston College. 8 glorious seasons in the National Football League, all for the Carolina Panthers. You talk about a contribution made to that franchise. Certainly a Panther Hall of Famer, maybe an NFL Hall of Famer one day. You'd get my vote. Not that it counts. Nearly 1,100 tackles, 1,092. 18 interceptions, most by a linebacker since 2012. Most tackles by a player since then as well. Again, 28 years old, 8 seasons, 5 first-team All-Pros in those 8 years, 7 Pro Bowlers. Defensive Player of the Year in 2018. So why is he hanging it up? He's been dealing with concussions. A serious issue, enough to push this gentleman and former great into retirement. He talked about it today. Let's take a bit of a listen to, again, Luke Kuechly. As we'll roll up some audio for you guys. There you go.
I've been fortunate enough to have the opportunity to play this game since I was in 4th grade, and I've been with the Panthers now for 8 years, and it's never the right time to step away, but now is the right time for me, and it's a tough decision. I've thought about it a lot, and I think now is the right chance for me to move on, and it makes me sad because I love playing this game. I've played it since I was a little kid, and it's my favorite thing in the world to do.
And there you have it again from Luke Kuechly. Makes me sad to see him go as well. You know? So if you love what you're doing, it's not work. And he seems like a kind of dude that takes that to heart. Humble, nice guy, educated, intelligent. Again, only 28 years old. Has a whole life ahead of him. But due to the concussions, will hang up the cleats. It'll be interesting to see what direction he takes. I'm sure he'd make a great broadcaster, maybe a coach, maybe a general manager in the front office, or maybe he goes into the private sector, into business. Either way, I wish him all the best. When you think of the old-time linebackers, right? You think of the guys like Buckus, Jack Ham, of course, my man LT. You think all these guys who just suited up no matter what, and with a heart and soul, not only their defense, but their team, and found a way to come up with big play after big play and do the miraculous on the gridiron Sunday in and Sunday out. Luke Kuechly, certainly one of those guys. As I said, for my 2 cents, he gets a gold jacket, and a few summers from now, 4 or 5 summers from now, he'll be enshrined into the Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio. Now, one guy who's not going to the Hall of Fame is Alex Cora, the former manager of the Boston Red Sox. Yesterday, I talked about the Houston Astros, right? A.J. Finch and the general manager, Jeff Luhnow. Those 2 guys right there pictured, respectively, from left to right. No longer part of the Astros. Interestingly enough, Cora, who's been the Red Sox manager for the 18 and 19 seasons, was the bench coach in Houston for the 2017 World Championship Astros. Now, as the Astros yesterday fired Finch and the general manager after Major League Baseball suspended them for a year, all the details started coming out. And the more we learned today that Cora played a big role in what the Astros did in 17 when he was a coach. He took the cheating with him to the Red Sox. And of course, in his debut in 2018 as the Red Sox skipper, led them to the World Championship. So wherever Alex Cora has gone, the last few years, the team has won a championship, but they've used technology to set up the cameras in center field, steal the signals from pitcher to catcher, relay those to the dugout, and not so complex, found a way to bang a garbage can. Different knocks, different bangs for different pitchers. Pitches coming from the pitcher from the opposing team, giving the advantage to the hitters. Obviously, it worked. They won 2 World Series championships. Alex Cora shamed. Boston and Cora reportedly parted ways, but it sounded more like the Red Sox knew that a blankety-blank storm was on the way, and it was time for them to say sayonara to the skipper, and they probably offered him the opportunity to make your way out of the door before it hits you in the, you know what, on the way out. Red Sox with the statement. We've collectively decided that it would not be possible for Alex to effectively lead the club going forward. Red Sox did what the Red Sox needed to do, save face. I said last night when I talked about the Astros situation, go check out the video. Does an asterisk belong next to the squad? Probably not. But you know what? I slept on it. And the more it sinks in, I'm sure I'm biased because I'm a Yankee fan. You can't tell over here with all this, Yankee swag and memorabilia. It's all over the place in this room. This is only a little taste. But definitely a little biased towards the Red Sox and Astros too, because I thought about it today and I saw some great quotes from CeCe Sabathia who talked about it. CeCe wasn't happy. I think he was on Inside the NFL. I didn't see the show, but I read, the quotes, and to paraphrase, when the Astros beat the Yankees in 2017, CeCe was like, it was a 7-game series in the ALCS, and there was basically a pitch here and there that made the difference. Literally. Yanks lost all 4 games in Houston. And that's where the Astros were setting up shop to steal the signs with the cameras. So, CeCe kind of makes sense. And I thought about it a little bit more. And with the Red Sox too, I don't know. Maybe they do deserve asterisks next to their championships. That's up for interpretation. Regardless of anything, they're cheaters. Both organizations. And they're trying to move on past their skippers who become the fall guys. And what did Desi Arnaz used to say to Lucy? Lucy, you have a lot of splaining to do. Well, the Astros and Red Sox are going to have a lot of splaining to do in the 2020 season, no doubt about that. Here's a quote from Cora. We agreed today that parting ways was the best thing for the organization, Cora said in Tuesday's statement. I do not want to be a distraction to the Red Sox moving forward. There's a commercial for an airline, right? You do something embarrassing. Is it a good time to get away? Yes. If I'm Alex Cora and I'm AJ Hinch, I would take a long trip, get away. I'm not sure either guy makes it back to big league baseball. I think they're shamed out of the sport for good. It'll be interesting moving forward as these 2 major stories in Major League Baseball shake up the early part of the season. It's an inferno with the hot stove news, right? Unbelievable. So again, Alex Cora out as the Red Sox manager. We'll see who the Bo Sox turn to. That'll be interesting. All of a sudden, the Red Sox with a ton of talent. And Cora, no doubt about it. I know he cheated, but seemed like a good baseball guy. In terms of managing the game, minus the cheating aspect, I think he's a pretty solid manager. Red Sox now, their hands tied, are going to have to get a field general in a hurry. Spring training around the corner. As for Luke Kuechly, again, sad to see him hang it up for the Panthers. Number 59 in your programs. Was a great football player. You know, he's the guy that when I've done play-by-play in the high school and college level, sometimes you get a player. There was a kid who plays for the Steelers right now, Tyler Matakevich. He made it to the NFL, played in Temple. But when he was in high school in Connecticut, I covered his games for St. Joseph's on the radio. And he was one of those guys like Luke Kuechly. And my point is you have them on all levels. And you usually find one a game. A football magnet. And if you ever have had a chance to call play-by-play or you listen to a good announcer, I've called plenty of football. And you're constantly saying tackle made by Kuechly. Kuechly in on the play. Number 59 in on the play. That was Luke Kuechly. A nose for the football and just a tackle machine and a good old-fashioned football player. So I'll miss watching him suit up for the Panthers, and I wish him the absolute best of luck in his retirement.